I am proud to bring up the next and final speaker. When him just come in, laborers them I say, oh yeah, I walk over this. Comrade, me live for see. Them try everything for disqualify my comrade leader. Them call him all kind of name. Them try to do this and try to do that. And I know from my granny tell me, nobody no stone, green mango. Comrade leader, I don't really want to use the word green, but comrade leader, you're ripe and ready for leadership. And Central Kingston is ready for you. Jamaica is ready for Mark Jefferson Golden, Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Stand ding-a-ding-ding-dong. Marky G, I know you are champion. Everybody wave on the right hand. Put up your fist, hey! Marky G, we don't know, so none of them not like me. See them all hype up, but that still not spite me. Gold in a cut and cut you because I love in our heart. And none of them care. Hey, Marky G, me don't know, so none of them not like me. So me I go stand up with them face it all. Yeah, man.
Pull up that wicked beat, man there.
Zaga, Z.
He's.
Stand together.
He's the selector. Comrade Reba chairing this meeting. All of my esteemed comrades on the platform. I have to big up your MP in waiting, Comrade Steve McGregor. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Boy, I believe in Steve. I believe in Steve. And when Steve became available to Central Kingston, I said, this is the man we need. A man of the soil from Franklin Town. A very respected former police officer in this country. And a man who won the hearts and minds of the people when he was the police officer in charge. A man who, working with Comrade Bunting in the national security era, can deliver a solid plan and a solid execution of a plan, working with the police force, working with the security forces to make Jamaica safe. Not safe temporarily, but safe for the future, because we need a safe country so our country can prosper and grow. So, comrades, it is very important that we deliver Steve McGregor to Garden House in the next election. It is very important that Central Kingston return to the fold of the People's National Party in the next election. And hence, comrades, when I was asked to come and do the motorcade tour today with Steve, I never hesitate or hitch. And I must tell you, comrades, yes, there were one or two little enclaves of green along the way. But we went through nooks and crannies all over. And everywhere we went, people are show with the fists and are show with the power vibes. And I know that when election day comes, there's going to be a tidal wave of support for the People's National Party here in Central Kingston. We're tired of the green man. We're tired of the man who isn't here now. The owner of the yard, PNP, come back. Comrades, it's very important that this victory be obtained because Central Kingston is a vital constituency for the People's National Party in order to form government. And comrades, Jamaica needs a change, desperately. We see where the state, the democracy in this country is under serious threat. Comrade Bunting went through the issues of the day. We know that with what we're seeing is an attempt to ensure a particular outcome of an investigation. And the person who has been put in charge of it is somebody who's compromised because they have already indicated publicly that they have prejudged the situation and have a view favorable to the government and the Prime Minister. The FID investigates financial crimes. The person in charge must be somebody with experience in that. The person who they've appointed is just an accountant, has no forensic experience, no law enforcement experience, no anti-money laundering experience. It is inappropriate in every way. And comrades, I hope that Jamaican civil society, I hope that the churches, I hope that the private sector groups, I hope that the trade union movement, and I hope that well-thinking Jamaicans draw a line in the sand on this one. Because if this is allowed to stand, Jamaica's future dark, and our corner dark as Jamaican people. Comrades, Jamaica needs the cleansing stream of our government in whom the people can have trust and confidence. I intend to lead a government. I intend to lead a government with a high standard of integrity from all of those who serve. And I intend to lead from the front in delivering that government, because the people of Jamaica need to have a government in which they can feel comfortable that the resources of the people are being expended for the benefit of the people and not for friend and company, cronies, through nepotism, cronyism, and corruption. Jamaica needs an ethical revival. We need a revival where values and attitudes of love and caring and decency become central to life in our country, so that we can move forward in one accord as one nation, united with a purpose which God will endorse as righteous. That is why when we form government, I intend to ask civil society, the churches, and other well-thinking Jamaicans to come together and to forge a movement based on ethics, morals, and proper wholesome values to take Jamaica out of the quagmire of corruption and indecency and dysfunctional behavior which is holding us back. Comrades, we need a new day in this country, and today is a very dark day in the history of this country. Comrades, the health system is under so much stress. When you go to a public health facility or a public hospital, you're often in need of a bed and you can't get a bed. You have to be sitting on a bench or on a wheelchair or sitting down in a corridor for hours, sometimes days, because you can't get a bed. Or if you need a test, the equipment not working, you need surgery, the operating theater closed because of air conditioning or mold, or there's no CAT scan, or there's no this or there's no that. That is why when the government uses public resources to buy a drill that is valued at $3 to $4 million and buys it for $31.5 million, that is why it is such an awful thing that Jamaica should be disgusted by. And when we see the circumstances around that purchase, which Comrade Bunting alluded to, the connection between the supplier and the MP for this constituency, a Jamaica Labour Party MP, it requires thorough investigation. We have to put an end to this kind of thing in the country. Lives are at stake. Jamaica doesn't have sufficient resources to do everything it needs to be done. We must use our resources properly for the people. And we're seeing where the resources are being ripped off and are not being accounted for in a decent and upright way. That is why Cornwall Regional Hospital is such a debacle. A project that should have been completed years ago, which should have been completed for billions and billions of dollars less, still can't finish. And the bill has been mounting. It's now in the 20s of billions of dollars. And the hospital is still not serving the public. And of course, they have a ribbon cutting for an administrative office. But what about healthcare? It's a hospital. And the situation there is absolutely deplorable. Shame on this government. Comrades, we have solid plans to make your lives better. We have solid plans to fix the education system and the training system so that Jamaica's economy can grow, because our human capital is being invested in and is becoming more productive. We are going to have the First in Family program. So anybody who is attending a tertiary institution and university or college for the first time in their family, if they qualify, they will get a full scholarship, because the PNP believes in uplifting the people. We believe in education as an antidote to intergenerational poverty. That is the vision, that is the mission of the People's National Party. That's why we will ensure that every needy child, whether at primary or secondary school, will get a solid hot meal, a nutritious meal every day when they attend school. That's why we have the RIDE program to provide a subsidy for rural families where their children are attending school and have very high bus fare and taxi fare to pay so that they can manage to get to school. We want our children going to school 5 days a week. Because when you miss 1 day out of 5, you're missing 20% of your education. And that learning loss is very hard to recover from. Comrades, we have a housing program to uplift the country and provide affordable houses for the people of Jamaica. Comrade Floyd Morris, I believe, took you through some of those plans. We have been very innovative, finding ways to help young people cover the deposit because many of them find that a hurdle that prevents them from stepping forward into ownership of a house. We have a program which we call Rent to Own that will allow persons who are not formally employed and don't get a pay slip, but they are making their money through whatever hustling they have, to qualify for a mortgage by going into possession of the house, initially as a tenant, paying the rent at the level of the mortgage, and after 6 months or so, we will say that is sufficient proof of income. You don't need a pay slip. You qualify for the mortgage. You can become an owner of that house. Comrades, we plan to build 50,000 affordable housing units over the next 5 years when we're in government. We are going to ensure public lands that are not fit for agriculture are used to recapitalize the housing trust. And that will make affordable housing available because we're not going to charge life better for everyday Jamaican people who are struggling to survive now. But I return to the central issue. We can't move forward as a country if our government is involved in shenanigans and wrongdoing. And they are good at propaganda. And they have their friends in the media. And they have their bots generating social media likes. But the people must be very careful. Don't be fooled or confused by lies and misleading information. Listen carefully to what we have to say and believe that we are here to help you move forward. We are not here to lie to you. We're not here to promise things that we don't intend to deliver. We intend to deliver on our promises. And if God is with us, and I believe He is, we will deliver a better Jamaica for all of you. But the road to that better future lies right through central Kingston. You are a key to the delivery of the victory for the People's National Party. And in order to do that, you have to ensure you put in the work and you get out the vote. And you don't let anybody be bought out who's a PNP voter. Because they're going to try all kind of things to persuade our voters not to vote or to vote even for them. But you have a good candidate here, a son of the soil, a professional who has proven himself worthy of support. He went through a career unblemished, and he ended his career in high esteem nationally. The name Steve McGregor is a brand that Jamaica recognizes as being effective and decent and caring. And you have him as your candidate. Are you ready for Steve McGregor to be your MP? Are you ready for Marky G to be your Prime Minister? Are you ready for the People's National Party to form government in this country? Comrades, you sound like you're ready. You look like you're ready. I feel the vibes that you're ready. So all I will say now is power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. One love, comrades. God bless you all. Thank you for supporting us today. Thank you for supporting the People's National Party. We love you. God loves us. One love.